You might be in your early 20s or 30s or hell, even older, and not have the financial resources you'd like to have. You're broke. And you might be wondering, is a girl actually gonna wanna date you if you don't have a lot of money? Well, the answer is yes. And today I'm gonna show you how I got girls when I was broke and how you can do the same. So if you're not where you wanna be financially or just not where you wanna be in life right now, but you still wanna get those quality girls, then this is for you. Let's get into it.
Racks on racks on racks, I look like rookie of the year. Frontin' with the cash, it's getting moody over here.
I gotta be honest, man, it's been a crazy time for me. Like over the past 5 years, I've lived in like 20 different countries, written 2 best-selling books, and had this whole YouTube thing, but it wasn't always like this.
See, just a few years ago, I didn't have a little Mexicana with me to cook me up tacos whenever I needed it or get me some tequila.
None of that, man. See, I had a crummy job as a door-to-door salesman. I wasn't making much money, and I was living right here at my beautiful parents' house.
But let me tell you one thing that I did have. The ladies.
See, my broke ass was still getting 2 to 3 dates a week with models, entrepreneurs, and doctors, even though I was struggling financially.
And today, I'm gonna show you how I did it.
Don't need a fast car to imagine I'm tripping. You can light it up, girl, I ain't the guy judging. And baby, that's on me.
If there's one thing girls don't love, it's lazy, broke men. Hey, Yuki, do you like lazy, broke dudes?
Hell no.
You may be broke right now, but you are not a jamoke right now. See, there's one big thing that set me apart from all those other broke dudes, and that is having a vision. I was like, hey, I'm not in the situation I want to be in right now, but I am damn sure things are going to change. And my vision was, even back when I was working as a door-to-door salesman, was I'm going to figure out how to travel the world, make money online, and do things I really enjoy doing. And I didn't just have that vision and say, oh yeah, one day I'm going to work online and travel the world. Nah, I feverishly worked towards it, even though pretty much everybody doubted me. I'd come home after a long 12-hour day of knocking on doors and trying to sell shit, and I would learn copywriting. I'd learn other online skills, and I would be setting the foundation for the future that I wanted. Now, this had a big impact on my dating life because, sure, girls knew what my current situation was, but they also felt my conviction. They knew I wasn't cool just staying in my place, chilling on the couch, living at my parents' house. And for them, that was enough. Like, remember, girls love when a guy has potential. So that's what you gotta do too, man. You gotta develop your vision. You gotta figure out what it is you want out of this life, what it is you want over the next 5 years, and start putting the pieces together to make that happen, even if things aren't going the way you want them to be going in this moment. That builds up your potential in a girl's eyes, but you gotta realize potential plus action is key. Cause hey, potential is great, but it's like an NFL quarterback, right? When he comes into the league, everybody all excited. He like Jamarcus Russell, it's awesome. But if you don't take action and perform and start meeting that potential, it kind of falls apart. You become a bust, and you don't want to be the Jamarcus Russell or the Ryan Leaf of dudes she's trying to bang.
Love is not fiction, but this time the story's about a king and a queen will pretend to be with paper crowns.
A lot of guys out here trying to act rich when in reality, they broke as fuck. One thing I always tried to do was own my current situation, own where I was at, but also make it known that I was working my way up and out. Like, it was no secret that I lived at home with my parents. It was no secret that I wasn't rich, but that was okay to girls because I kept it real. I was genuine about it. I wasn't trying to go out and buy like finance a Lamborghini or something and be driving around like, hey, just another day at the office. See, so many guys out here are trying to front, especially in the Instagram age. Everyone's trying to post pictures of cool stuff, cool travels, and they're trying to make their life seem way more awesome than it actually is. So when you're just kind of genuine and you're real with it, it's refreshing. She's like, okay, this guy's not trying to impress me. He's just being real. And that vulnerability can be pretty attractive to girls, and that's one of the reasons why I think I was able to do so well. But now you might be wondering, all right, how do I make it known to a girl that I'm just not okay with this? I'm trying to make my way up and out and do better things. Well, one thing you can do is start talking about a girl's dreams, like what she wants to do in life, what her dream job is. Then odds are she's gonna ask you about your dreams, what you want to do, and that's when you can kind of sprinkle in like, hey, you know, I'm trying to go travel the world, or I'm trying to like learn online business and do this and this and this. You don't have to go so far into it, but you just kind of sprinkle in like, hey, I'm on my grind, I'm trying to make something happen. You should come along on the journey.
I rise just like a phoenix, born from the ashes.
So I was talking to a guy the other day, and he was telling me that he felt intimidated by sexy, successful women, and a lot of guys share that same feeling. But when you really think about it, these sexy, successful women aren't that intimidating. I mean, look, they're just normal girls, kind of nerdy, sitting eating cookies on the couch. Not that scary, right? It's a mistake that a lot of guys make, though. Like, they look at their own situation and they feel bad about it. Then they look at these sexy, successful women and think, she's above me. But I dated a lot of successful, sexy women because, number one, I knew that I was on my vision, I was on my grind, and I was happy about where I was going. And number two, I didn't see them as above me. I've kind of put both of us on a level playing field. And a big reason I was able to do that is because I knew that no matter how successful a girl is, she loves a guy who is confident in himself, can make her feel good, and is great in a bedroom. And I knew I could do all three of those things. The big thing is, your reality always reflects your beliefs. If you don't believe you deserve these sexy, successful girls, you're probably gonna act like a jamoke around them, and you know, they're not gonna be attracted to you, and you're not gonna get them. So what you're gonna do is have the mentality like, hey, I know I'm not where I wanna be, but I'm still enough. Like, this girl is not above me just because of our current situation, and I can still make it happen. And if you could adapt that mindset, adapt that framework, then you're gonna be successful with those sexy, successful girls, and you're gonna have a lot better time.
We'll take it as far as we want to, so listen. Stop at any place that is better than prison. Put it all on me, I don't need the booze.
So here's a fun little story for you guys. I met Ayuki like almost 3 years ago, and it was our first date was 2 weeks before my first best-selling book launched. So I was still like kind of broke at the time. I was doing a little bit better, but it wasn't until that book launched where things like really started to pick up for me. So I had to take her on a cheap date. Ayuki, do you remember what we did?
Yes, I remember. We went to get ice cream, and
Now, I tried to invite her for ice cream, and then she denied the ice cream, and then you wanted to get the coffee instead,
it
remember?
was a coffee. Yeah, it was a coffee. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, so we went to the mall. We got a nice little coffee. There was a supermarket in the mall, so I was like, oh, let's go get some wine too. So we go downstairs, get like a cheap, I don't know, like $8 to $10 bottle of wine. And I'm like, well, we gotta go somewhere with this wine. We can't drink it on the street. So went back to my place. Was happened to be a couple of blocks from the mall. Good times.
It was good. It was good. Yeah.
But yeah, so Yuki, did you realize that it was like a cheap date? Did you think anything of it?
I didn't think about it, to be honest. Maybe the wine. Just the wine.
Just the wine?
Yeah.
Hey, you know, a little cheap wine never killed anybody. But yeah, guys, the point is, cheap dates can work just fine. I'm talking about things like a walk in the park, going for ice cream, going for a coffee. Hell, there used to be one place in Boston that had $4 Margarita Tuesdays, and I would just take girls there, get one drink each, $8. I'll take that all day. This is a lot better than overextending yourself on dates. Like, I remember one time back when I was living with How to Beast in Boston, and I went on like 4 or 5 dates in a week, and I spent maybe like, I remember this one night I spent like $57 on a girl. We had 2 drinks each at the bar, and I felt terrible afterwards because I knew I didn't really have the money to just be blowing $60 on a date, and I didn't even like the girl that much. It was a waste. So there's no reason for you to do that type of stuff either. It's a lot better to go with the cheap dates, and it's actually even better for the date itself because those cheaper dates require less investment from both you and the girl. It's just a lower pressure environment. It's easier. She knows you're not dropping hundreds of dollars. It's nice and relaxed.
My heart is open. It just took some time. Now I just hope that you stay for a little.
Now, one of the worst parts of being broke is that you probably have to live with your parents. And although maybe your mom is cooking you up some nice dinners, your logistics probably suck. And bro, I don't know about you, but I wasn't really trying to bring girls back to my parents' house as an adult man.
Yeah, this is my spot right here.
Oh my God!
So instead of trying to bring girls back to my room in my parents' house, what I would do is I would try to go to the girls' place. So what I would do is I try to find out pretty quickly what part of town the girl lived in so I could get a sense of whether or not she lives with her parents. Because if she lives with her parents while I was living with my parents, it's probably not gonna happen. Like, she ain't coming back to my place. I can't go to her place. I ain't trying to get my ass kicked by some random girl's dad. So it just probably wasn't gonna work. I was looking for girls who had their own place or maybe some of their friends as roommates. That way it was realistically and logistically possible that we could go somewhere to hook up, because my broke ass was not gonna rent a hotel. Now, as far as like bringing a girl back to her place, the way I would usually do it is, first off, I would plan the date so it was next to her house or within like a 5 or 10 minute walk of her house. That way on the date, I could be like, oh, you live around here, right? Let's go back to your place for a drink. And boom, just like that, you are seamlessly back at her place versus trying to bring her back to your mama's house for some lasagna and some awkward interactions.
Hola.
Now, bro, if you're tired of being broke or you just want to step your shit up to the next level, then check out this video right here. It shows you the best way to make 6 figures in your 20s. Let's keep it going.
We'll see you there. We'll see you right there, homie.